this works. There we go. This is the wrong car. This is the car we'll be working on. So hello, welcome to today's stream. I will be making liveries for the cars that I will be driving in the future. So this is one thing I do in my spare time when I'm free. I just make liveries for cars. So today I will be making a livery for the Porsche, specifically the GT3 Porsche, which my team will be using for an upcoming race in RCI. So RCI next week is having a race where you have Porsches, well, all Porsches in the game going up against each other, and you'll be driving the GT3 Porsche. I know, we're pretty boring, but still, it's a great car, it's great fun, it's amazing at the track, and it should be fine. On side note, I turned up the graphics, and I am running, I think, max graphics. So it should be a bit weird sometimes, so yeah. Anyways, let's just get the show running. So hopefully if everything's right, you should see this, which is the template I'll be working with. Let's put on some music. This is the EMC free music. Hopefully I don't get copy striked by whoever owns this music. So yeah, let's work with this. So where do we start with this livery? So if you guys don't know about ACC livery, there will be two layers over what we already have here. We have a decal layer, which is just extra paint, extra bodywork that goes on top of the car, and the sponsors layer, which is just stickers that you put on. It's self-explanatory. It's sponsors. Before that, I like to make some minor changes to the car's stuff. There we go. Now it looks amazing. Now you can get started. This is the template we have. First thing I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna start working on well, I would say it'd be a good idea to work on the decal, but honestly I have no idea what I want to do with this livery here. It's already as good as it is. So this is gonna be German themed. It's not just a regular SRT. So we're gonna try. So I tried to form like a German flag over here, with the red and yellow and the black. It's not technically Germany colors, but it's pretty close. It's SRT colors, but hopefully it works for Germany. So yeah, let's just get started with the decal. One thing that I really don't have much I want to work on, so let's start a bit iterative and let's think about what we can add for this livery. I want to make it, well, if it doesn't look German enough, which, I mean, it's a Porsche with German colors, I'm thinking of adding maybe the German flag on top on the roof, because on one hand I don't want to clutter the livery. This already looks pretty sick as this, so I want to be a bit more liberal on how much stuff I add related to the team which I'm working on right now. Hey, thanks for the follow, SG Smalls. Welcome to the stream. There we go. You should get the stream notification right now. But yeah, let's start with the German color. And yeah, I guess one thing that we could do easily is just like get the German flag on top and just paste it on top, and let's see how it looks. Yeah, I mean, let's rip it from Wikipedia. It's big, it's pretty high quality. Let's just work with that for now. I want to try both orientations of having an horizontal and vertical. On one hand, you cannot tell it apart from like something like Belgium, but that's in the history, that's in the past. And the reason why I put it in decal is that it gives me a lot more control on how I want to integrate the flag with the livery, because decals and sponsors are two different things. Decal is the paint and sponsors are the stickers. And I want to make this paint mix with what we have here, and that involves like making it like metallic colored. Right now it's going to be gloss. And let's remove these layers, see what it looks like. Also gonna remove the sponsors and the design. Maybe I'll keep the design because it's actually paint. I'm gonna work with the blueprint here, or the wireframe, and let's see what we can do. First of all, can pick the flag up, and let's try the horizontal orientation first. See where that takes us. Let's just place it here. We can worry about positioning a bit later. And we have to save it. So right now I have compressions turned on, so that would mean I have to go in and actively try to like fix the image whenever I try to save it. And that's a lot of liveries. And I'm a sucker for liveries. I love the ability to make liveries in the game. I love the ability to see what other people have and what they created. So yeah, let's just start with decals.png. And of course you're going to use interlacing. Interlacing is just it's a way of compressing the image, or a way of downscaling it without like getting a lot of loss of quality. It's just a really good way of compressing. And let's just reload delivery and see what it is. It's compressing. There we go. And that looks pretty good. I like that it's like red and yellow on one side of delivery. We could try to like make it like a two-tone stripe and try to bring it down. That's one thing we could do. But firstly, I'm gonna change the color of this here, and I don't know what the actual metallic coating is. So how it works is that this is the delivery folder that we have, which automatically generates this compressed file, which is this, and this is the file that is just exported, and these two are values for what the code would look like. That looks nice. Yeah, it looked better. Obviously we want to try and make it even better. I mean, it looks nice already, but you can take it way further. So yeah, I'm just gonna look up in the ACC wiki or the custom card wiki should have, which is super detailed. And if anyone watching who plays ACC and wants to make a livery, this is a great place to start. And I mostly come here for the reference, this information here, which is just data on the code of the file. So let's go to decals. And let's just change them to these. So it should be metallic, and it should match exactly as what it is over here. One discrepancy that you're gonna see is that these colors, the German flag colors and the SRT colors, they're not the same. The German flag is, it looks amazing. It's a really strong red and a really strong yellow, and ours is it's a bit more of a maroon and a more creamier yellow. Because if you go here and try to make it like glossy, and this is how the yellow would look. It's pretty bright. I guess we can just call it regular yellow, but it can be even more brighter if we gone for this coat. But no, these are the SRT colors, and same with the blue, same with the maroon or the red. I guess you can call it red. I think Ferrari calls it Rosso red or something. But yeah, it's not a Ferrari, it's a Porsche. So one thing we could do is that we can try to orient the German flag, see how it looks like. If not, we'll just try to... The coat of arms. We could do that. How does the German coat of arms look like? I guess that's it. Which one is it? I would take it's this because it's from Wikipedia. But yeah, I would probably add that on the top as well, or the roof, or somewhere in the side or front, and where it's pretty visible and fits in with the livery. So yeah, let's try to see how this livery would look, this flag would look like if we oriented 90 degrees and try to place it somewhere. It's obviously gonna like cut over to something like the door frame, but we'll worry about that later. And let's actually center it. You know, we could actually just try scaling it, make sure it doesn't hit the door frame. It's not. You need to have the scaling. I haven't got it lined up, but I think this should be enough. Just to make sure it's lining up. There we go. Let's try this. So we export it. We delete the compression file, or this PNG file that we made is not going to compress, and the game's not going to accept it because the developers are weird. Honestly, I'm digging the other thing more. This looks pretty clean, and you can tell it's German, but it feels really integrated in the livery that you can't really pick it apart, and it doesn't look as good as what it was before. One other thing we could do is that we can try to use this coat, which honestly I really don't, which I think it looks cool on its own. Maybe I may use it for the main SRT livery. But for this, I don't think it fits, and I think I would rather go for the two lines. And I think I'll just make it the SRT color in the process, so yeah, let's just make 2 layers. And another one. And this one's gonna be a bit tricky because it's not gonna be one single line, because these lines in the panels, they may not line up. I would just try to render them and show you what they look like. And obviously, because I'm trying to render the whole thing, it's gonna take a while, and it's also gonna be super huge. This is also something I should take into account because it needs to be less than 2 megabits. Hey, it's fine, it's only 1.4. And any moment now, there we go. So one thing we could check is that if it lines up, and thankfully in the front it does line up, especially with these 2 solid lines. And actually all the lines line up. Maybe not this line here. I think this line, which kind of goes on the Y, may line up with this part here. So I think something we can work on. It is a mess in the side, and this is something which happens with every car. You can use these references line up to the car, but usually when I make it, I try to fit like a big logo on this side. Something like I did in my personal livery here. Which I still think is one of my best liveries I've ever made. I usually try to line up with this panel here instead of here, where we don't have a reference. Same with the RFRC livery, which is also, I think I borrowed this design which I initially made for this livery into my main livery. But yeah, this is what our old livery looks like. You also have the Ukraine livery, which is permanently etched in our inventory of liveries to use from. So yeah, let's just go back to the SRT livery. So let's start with the red line, and I think I would try to make it such that this whole panel here is a German flag. So I try to split 2/3, or I try to keep every third of the roof as a flag. And before we actually get along to driving, I just want to know what the SRT colors are, because I know what they are in game. It's just I don't know what they are in RGB values. So one thing I do is that I keep a sheet, which is just someone ripped the numbers, someone took a screenshot of the numbers from the game, and I just go in, select them. 9-4, yeah, there we go. We have the SRT colors now. Hope no German gets angry at me for using the wrong colors, but I gotta work with what I have. So right now I'm just gonna line it up with this here. I'm gonna see how it extends to the back. You see here, it doesn't line up here. It's not straight. And I think in the front it's also not straight. It's just why? Why, who knows? So let's just start with the front and see how it actually. Let's start with the roof, because I think the roof is gonna be the biggest part that we're gonna see in the car. I usually start in the front when I'm trying to make like decals on the top, but I'm gonna just see how it is in the roof, because that's gonna be our square that we're gonna work with. Just gonna take a big ass brush and just paint it. As simple as that. You're gonna delete this. And there we go. You have a nice stripe, which I think it's pretty even. And now we're gonna do the same for the yellow. And one problem that we are gonna have is that one box is gonna be bigger than the other, and I would try to figure out how to fix that. Yellow. Gonna not bucket tool it, because that's gonna cost extra. I was gonna switch the colors, but I forgot how to do that by pressing one button. There we go. That looks that definitely looks like a German flag, and I think I'd be happy with this, because I really don't know actually. I feel like the red could be slightly bigger, but that's also going to be a problem to line. But I'm just going to try and see how it goes. I'm going to just try that real quick. If I can get a ruler, which I don't really know how to do that in GIMP. Actually, you know, I can just do this and it should give me some It is 226 pixels, well, in width, which is gonna be the more important part. And this is gonna be 196. So let's just pull out the calculator actually. So 226 plus 196, gonna divide by 2, so it's gonna be 211 each. So I'm just gonna take the red one and then extend it such that it's 211, and just draw the other color. So now it should look pretty equal, which is a good thing. The problem is I just don't know where it lines up. It lines up just past the red here. Is it going to be a problem? But I think we can work with that. Or one thing I could do is that I can just like... because it's still not equal. And one thing I could do is that I can just look at the total width of the minimum part of the roof. I think it'd be a good idea to use the minimum part. So it's gonna be 550 pixels, so we can just do 550 by 3. 183. And I'm just gonna rework all of these colors. So it needs to be 183. That's gonna be yellow. And then the red is gonna be starting from here. I'm gonna try to make it 183 as well. I'm gonna make this 184. God damn it. In fact, I'm not going to make it 184. I'm actually going to make it whatever it is here. Because you can... it also works well because the yellow is not a static size. So I think it works out just fine. I'm going to line it the rear and front. I think I'll line it with the rear. I'll just do it at the front because it'll be easier to make the bonnet in that case. And I'm going to take the eraser and just erase this part. I'm going to take this paint and then paint it on top. And going to remove this. Let's see how it looks like. And I think it looks great. And I'm gonna try to extend it down here until it reaches this part here, which should be easy, considering the fact that it's not gonna reach the bonnet all the way. It's just gonna reach somewhere over here. So what I mean is that I will take this part here, and knowing that the bonnet starts where the lines which are marked starts here, it should be pretty straightforward. gonna make sure it lines up. So I think it does, because you're not gonna see this small of a distance from up top, because there's a windscreen in front to block it. So let's just see how it goes. I'm gonna use paint. There we go. The problem is gonna be just red here. There's yellow here, which I really don't want to be the whole bonnet. So I think I do have to use the wireframe to figure out what it would look like. So we're just gonna export it as is now. And see what it looks like on top, from up top. We can't really tell how the red looks like, but yeah. Actually, you know what? It's gonna be a problem, because trying to get the thing to line up, because you think this or just overlaps the livery that we have. And if I were to put my finger, it should be either of these lines here. But which one? I'm not gonna do any calculations, but I'm honestly gonna guess it's gonna be not these lines, but as per this, I would say this triangle here. So it's gonna be the second vertical line. It's gonna be this part here. So let's just see how it goes. God damn it, we forgot to change color. We forgot to change color again. Third time. There we go. Now here comes the problem where these colors don't line up. Now I need to figure out where they do line up. So one thing I could do is that I can just take these colors here and turn down the opacity. Turn on. Let's try 25%. So we should be able to see the color behind as well as the blueprint lines. Okay, sweet. And I guess it's really easy to understand. Let me change the camera. It is really easy to understand in this situation. So the red line starts here, where we have these two grid points intersecting, and then it comes off and stops at the halfway point, which is denoted by this central line being broken, which doesn't really look to be, it's over here. So it's from here to here. And this thing is going to be extending all the way here as to half a square, and you can also do the same here. And let's just wing it. Let's just see what it does. And this should fix the red. It won't fix the yellow, or it should fix a part of the yellow. But we can just extend from that point onwards. So let's just have a delete and another delete. So it should take a bit of the yellow. It should give us a better understanding. Unless we could just extend it all the way. It should also work. And then we got the lines right, and if we didn't, we could just undo it. There we go. Let's see how it looks now. Beautiful. I'd say it's still not perfect. Still think the yellow is overlapping a bit. That's because we only stopped here and we didn't take a look at the rest of the bonnet, because if you notice here, it kind of tapers upwards. And it's really minor, but you can see the visual part of it. And one thing we can also do is we can extend the yellow here and tapers in. So let's actually get rid of the yellow and export it again with the blueprint on to see exactly what's happening. It didn't compress, or it just rendered it, but let's see. Here we see another problem with our livery. There's a bit of a black line here. And also here, it goes from here to here. Let's actually plot it. I'm gonna start where this here, and it goes to this second line just below this part here. It goes to the middle part here. So it's so far a straight line. Now I'm gonna take it to the top here, which I really don't know if it's a straight line. It's not. It's not a straight line. It actually... Well, actually, it is a straight line. Or it actually tapers in a bit. And then it's the first step, and then just before the second step. So around here. Let's see how's the yellow overlap. Delete it. Now let's render without the wireframe to see how it looks like. There we go. In fact, it's still not perfect. It is still a bit of an issue. But it wouldn't be an issue once we actually line up the rest of the yellow part here. Which is also going to be its own problem. Because the panel here isn't really connected to this panel here. So let's actually render with the wireframe again. And see how it goes. I think we can get away with a little bit of discrepancy. and the line's not aligning once we fill this in. Actually, I would say it will matter a bit. But we can just make it fit in so no one would notice. So it is halfway through, and that's not really a place. It's not something you can work on, but yeah. If I'm gonna pick where it starts around here, which I think it's I cannot zoom it any further, but 1, 2, 3 steps after 1, 2, 3. The third line, third step, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Let's just draw a line and goes. If I were to let's actually make it all the way to the headlight arch. Or before that, just which is I think over here, I'd say. Then make it all the way to little past the first line, which I'd say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see how it goes. Make this straight. Let's still select the yellow. And let's just render without the wireframe to see how it looks like. We kind of didn't overestimate, I think. But I think we got the angle right. We just have to start one whole step behind. This is 1, 2, 3. It's the fourth one. But we did get the angle right, so that's the most important part. And I think we can take it all the way to the wheel arch. 1, 2, 3. And I think we can start a bit further up. And render it. Let's see how it looks like now. It is an overestimate. It's not an underestimate like last time. But hey, at least he got this part to line up. Or nearly. And but we have this line here, which I got rid of, but let's try again. Let's try this part. Let's actually wing it now. Let's try this. Let's see how it looks like. Let's actually use the wireframe. See what we're missing. compression. And I finally finished rendering. But it's not going to do it again, so obviously we got to render it again. Thanks, Kunos! One, two, so it's two. Let's see how it looks like now. Without the wireframe. You still gotta iron out the headlights part. This is still a slight overestimate, I think. Let's actually try a bit before. God damn it. It's like the wrong tool and it fucks it up. Let's try here. And let's actually join it here. And you can be a lot more specific if you want, but that's not going to work with ACC. This is the one problem about making liveries. It's not like other games which have like an in-game livery editor where you can paste stuff. And this one you have to manually line it up. Woo, that fits really nicely. Now we just have to work this out. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this here, drag it here, and delete it. Let's see how this looks like. Because if I can get a bit of bending to fit it, it should be excusable. It's not. And here's the reason why. It's because you have stray pixels and mess it up for us. No, I don't want to render with the wireframe. I'm gonna render without the wireframe for this one. See how it looks like? I think it looks pretty good. The only problem I have is that it's messing, it's not curving really well. I'm just gonna render it with the wireframe to see where it's going wrong. Render. It's not showing up. There we go. So it's somewhere over here. It starts a bit before. So what I'm gonna try doing here is that or try making an ellipse tool and make it really wide. Like really wide. The point. where I don't know what I'm gonna do with this ellipse tool. This is not what I had in mind. So, actually, you know what? I did have this in mind. Exactly what I want to do. Make it smaller. And this is to fix the bending that you have just from the direction of the wireframe. I wanted to start here, so let's just pull it down. One alternative I would have done is to use the lasso tool to fix it, but I feel like this is better. Okay, that's good. We're just gonna wait for this to show up, which would mean that the rendering is done. The rendering is not done until Windows decides to update the thumbnail. I don't know why, because the rendering does look done here. Well, actually, let's see how it looks like. Let's see if it actually renders, because it is actually compressing, but that's because we didn't have any compression file. There we go. That actually worked. But there's a bit of that, which we can fix pretty easily by just deleting this here. Let's move this a bit in and delete this as well. Actually, let's just, you may want to move the pixel, shift it a pixel a bit later. Let's just see how it looks like now without the wireframe. I think the lineup looks pretty good. It's still not lining up with the lines here, but you can fix that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this layer here, and I'm gonna invert the selection, the eraser, and not actually do that. Let me just actually make the eraser really tiny because that's such a huge eraser. Just delete it. Be a bit more aggressive. This is really a pain in the ass to work with. I didn't expect this until I actually got to the bonnet, but yeah. Deleted a bit too much. Let's actually see how it looks like. So you see these tiny pixels here? They would actually be rendered and compressed because of the interlacing. So let's actually look at how that looks. It was really minor. That said, we can fix it again, but by actually using the same ellipse tool that we used to get rid of that. And actually adjust it a bit. So it's mostly fine from what I can tell. Maybe you could just use this part here. a free select tool. And actually just let's actually work here. We can, if it doesn't work, we can try shifting it a pixel and see how it reacts to that. You actually have to be super pixel perfect here. It's still compressing. And it didn't compress because it didn't render. What's up? Let's try rendering it again. Let's see, that's second time lucky. We are almost there. Like, we got this part line up, now this is just leaving us a hole. Let's actually just use, because it's gonna be a really tiny pixel thing, it should be fine to use the lasso tool. We may have to iron this part out a bit because there's a bit of difference. Hopefully the interlacing doesn't catch that while rendering it. It did. Actually, no, it didn't. And would you look at that? It's actually pretty nice. Just have to maybe just fix this part here. Let's work it pixel by pixel. I think we can do a bit more of that. Maybe extend it a bit longer. I may have deleted a bit too much, so if you did, we can undo it and then let's continue. I think it looks perfect. The only problem now is that this is not lining up. I'm actually gonna see what happens when I extend this part of the red a bit more. Make sure we select red. I'm gonna select it again and make sure I just align it perfectly. Because that's also gonna mess with the yellow. Let's increase it by 1, 2, 3. Shouldn't really be that major of a difference, but if it can help get rid of the black lines, I could consider it. And I'm actually gonna change how I work with that. I'm actually gonna select it from here. Maybe a bit back. Or it actually gets extended. You can do a bit more. Guess it's the same code as the red, so it should integrate it so pretty properly. Looks like I forgot to delete the compression file. Now gotta re-render it because it's not gonna compress. Because it doesn't see a change, because it actually tracks for the change in the PNG file, or any file for that matter. And there we go. We just have our our product, and now we also have to do the rear. Thank you. Thank you. Fuck. Okay, so let's actually see how we're gonna line the rear after. Let's actually move this down, merge it down. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at where the lines come from. And almost immediately I'm starting to regret my decision, because it doesn't look like it's gonna line up. I think it's gonna line up with this middle here and then this middle here. God. Let's actually see how let's actually have a go with it. So yeah, this thing is kind of offsetted from the roof, which I don't know why Kunos even did that. Kunos, I mean the developers of this game. And how many lines is it from the center? This is also not a straight fucking line. One. Actually, you know, let's actually take a look from this joint, this thing here. So 1.5. It's not. It's all the way. It's not even there. It's not even this part. Where is it? It's here. Wait, does it actually line up? No, it doesn't line up. I mean, where does this stop? There's also not a clear distinction for where this stops as well. But we don't need to worry about that because it's red. But it's somewhere, 1, 2, a little less than 2, so I think we can drag it all the way here. And increase the brush size. Wrong color. And he actually painted it. Wrong layers. Looks, it fits in. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna let the yellow actually taper in from here. Which I don't know how wide it is. I assume it's over here because it makes logical sense for it to be there. Yeah, it's pretty easy to figure out. It's this line here. But where does it stop? That's what's the problem. A little after this. We can brute force it later. But for now I'm just gonna set it here. Then just carry it all the way. Here. And we're going to select yellow. And we're just going to paint on top of it. Which in yellow color, not red. Let's see how it looks without the decals, the wireframe. It is a slight overestimate, which is fine. Because you can work it down layer by layer. And I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna take it layer by layer. Let's do this pixel. I really don't care if it's not straight, because I can't be really specific with it. That's a problem. So I think it's a good idea where it ended. I'm gonna render. I swear it rendered it without the wireframe. It did. Why did it render with the wireframe? So I think we got where it ends properly. Should make, actually, I think we may want to dull it a bit. But on the flip side, we know it should start here. And I'm gonna just take it all the way here. Take it off by a pixel. Let's actually do it here. Let's actually add the yellow and then think about removing it later. Let's actually work from here. It's a bit before where you are, so think the yellow looks pretty good. The red's still problematic because it lines up in the front. It doesn't line up in the rear. It's a different coat apparently. It's 249. You know what, let's make this metallic as well. You match the yellow here, yeah. Let's actually inspect it in game. Let's this is the stress test race. So let's go to hot lap. You should be in Germany. Doesn't make a big difference because I'm still gonna keep it. Clear. Time is gonna be noon. And what matters is how it looks in game. That's what's important. And we can also zoom in a lot better. And I can just get rid of the HUD. I'm gonna press F7. Let's take a look at the front first. And I think it looks fine. It's just these are different colors and it's not overlapping perfectly. Same with the black here. Only from a distance it looks pretty fine. It's just this black line here. Just want to try getting rid of it. Which I don't think it's gonna work. But let's actually see that. Let's actually quit. Now this would generate another DDS decal file, which is for what it looked like in game, because that also does use a different compression. Let's render this and see how it looks like. I think the front looks fine. I just don't know why the rear is kind of skewered. Let's actually look at how it looks in game. Take a look. I think it's just ACC compression doing its thing again. You know, I'm gonna do a pro gamer move. Because I feel like that line, the black line, could only be bypassed by one way. and that is to add black layer to overlap the white layer, which hasn't the black layer to overlap the red layer, which hasn't been overlapped. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the yellow layer. I'm gonna just copy this part here. And flip it the other way. And I'm gonna pick it apart. First, I'm gonna make sure it lines up. Before I start moving it, because I'm pretty sure it's not lined up. Pixel perfect, there we go. And what I'm gonna do, let me just select it completely and paint it black. Next, I'm gonna unselect this layer and just gonna move it here. This is not looking good. Let's actually redo the entire layer. Let's actually try to make this right. And I'm gonna select it by color. Actually no, I think selecting by color is gonna make it worse. Where is it? Let's try. It is you fix it. What matters is how we use the eraser. And I again froze. Or actually not, yes, not frozen. Actually, you know what? Let's see how this looks like. You know why? Ah, okay, I see why. It's should be like this now. It's a straight line. Should line up. There we go. I think this looks really good. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take a really short break. I'll be back in a minute. And we'll work on the sponsor layer. I'm just gonna keep the music playing. For that, let's just let's worry about it later. Hello, I'm back, and this is the wrong car. Yeah, when I binded my hotkeys to a different thing, and it does that. Great livery, by the way, Martini Porsche. It is the background for my is my desktop wallpaper. This is a great livery. Fun fact, this team actually won this race. It's the 2021 1,000 kilometers per power card. They won it. So yeah, turns out the Porsche is not that bad in a straight line, according to real life. Oh boy, it's different in the game. Anyways, what we have is this. This is the livery that we have right now. I think I'm gonna stop with what we have for the decal and focus on the sponsors. So I've been told in chat to add the German coat of arms, which I'm gonna add. We also have to add a couple more stuff to make it a bit more RCI specific, like the ACC logo here. We're gonna keep the Pirelli logo. I'm gonna see if we can work the skids a bit more, side skirts, and we're gonna add some stuff in the rear. So right now we're gonna do the standard SRT stuff of making it what makes an SRT livery in the essence, apart from the colors. It's our logo and our mascot, which is one of the driver's cats. So let's start with this file, which is the wrong file because I haven't added the design yet. It's hidden. So I'm just going to re-render it again with the design and get rid of the background color. And I'm going to delete this two things. So right now I want to target for less than an MB per file, and I think we're way under, which is good. Which means I don't have to downscale the image. So yeah, let's just say this. Because of XCF. And we're just gonna open this file. And I'm gonna do what is really common amongst programmers like me, and it's reusing assets. I don't think programmers specifically do this, I think everyone do it, but yeah, reusing assets work. So there are some stuff which I'm gonna rip from other cars. For example, you have the 992 Cup car, which I'm gonna rip the sponsor from, or specifically the ACC logo. And the reason for that is that when I built the ACC logo for this car, it is meant to go under red. Let me just show you what I mean. So you have the SRT logo. So if you see the word competizione, you see it has like a black outline, and trying to replicate the outline would take me like 15 minutes or 5 minutes if I can remember how I did it. So I'm not gonna do that, I'm just gonna copy it. Before we do that, we're gonna get rid of design. We're gonna keep the sponsors. I'm gonna get rid of the color. And this, I'm gonna leave this transparent. I'm gonna put it somewhere over here. It needs to be a big logo, by the way. And now these stuff should be a bit trivial and easy to do. I really don't think I would have to align some logos with some panels. If I do, it's gonna be big sag. It's gonna be a bit big. I think we can reduce it a bit more. Remember when I made my first RCI logo, we actually got our livery rejected because the ACC logo was too small. Never again. I'm not gonna make the same mistake. Wrong thing. Actually, you know, I'm gonna save it here. Right, yeah. Recently used SRT Germany. Sponsors.png. Let's go back to the Porsche. Let's go back to the Storm Racing Team livery. And one thing that I'm gonna try to do is that when I make this sponsor saw, I'm also gonna ensure that we can retrofit it in our main livery, which is gonna be the non-Germany team livery. I think it can be a bit bigger. I'm gonna actually keep it as it is right now, then worry about scaling it after we render it. Because it's kind of awkward that it's just barely bleeding through the red, but the competizione is bleeding through to the yellow. Hello, welcome to the chat. Hope you like the art I'm doing, making it, I think, an amazing livery. So far I didn't expect the livery to go this good, but it is. Anyways, yeah, this ACC logo, I think it looks big enough and it looks pretty good. I'm a sucker for big logos. I just think they look really good, and it's great that you can see these logos from like far away. But it does get a bit crowded sometimes, and sometimes I do have to optimize the logo size. But I think the ACC logo should pretty fine. Can you make a Dodge SRT inspired livery on the McLaren 720? The SRT. It's been a long time since I saw the SRT car. Is it the Viper SRT? Or is it just a... Because I think Dodge has like multiple SRTs. Or do they? I really don't know. I mean, yeah, I think it's multiple. Type Dodge SRT. This is what I'm getting. Is it this? Looks pretty normal, actually. So, I mean, it shouldn't really be a difficult livery to make, honestly. And also, I'm not really taking in livery commissions right now. You know, I'm just making liveries for me and my team here. So this livery here should be pretty easy. I think I may make it a bit later, and if you want it, just like shoot me a DM. Your colors. I could probably do that. Yeah, just shoot me a DM on Discord. I'll make it maybe later, or if I get this delivery done fast. But yeah, let's just finish this delivery. By the way, been going for around an hour and 40 minutes. So I think we got the ACC logo done. Let's put the SRT logo on the side. And our problem with putting the SRT logo is that we have the number here, which ACC does the wireframe doesn't take account for. So I do have to make a rough estimate. But then again, I'm not gonna try to make the SRT logo up against the number plate. So let's just take a look at the sponsors. Or the assets that I have to work with. And let's actually use this one. Practice with the Mercedes. Why? I'm not really gonna drive the Mercedes again. I drove it in an Enduro like a month ago, and it was I would say traumatizing. That's how bad it is. I'm not gonna drive the Mercedes for a while. Like I'm usually open to trying out new cars, but no. And this doesn't have the alpha layer, so I'm just gonna add the alpha channel and delete it. There we go. And I realized that it has a background which I'd like be gone. I'm just gonna crop the content layer. And now it should just fit in perfectly. You know, why am I gonna try fitting the SRT logo? Because I think I've already made it fit on my main livery, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna delete the main livery. I'm gonna open my personal livery. So not this. Not the SRT, it's gonna be the GWR livery folder. I'm just gonna copy these to the other side. How many SR and livery Porsches do you have? So I have only one SRT livery, which is the one I'm making for the well, this is not a SRT livery. This is my personal livery that I made for myself and not for the team, but I still have the team sponsorship because I'm affiliated with him. But SRN specific cars is just SRT specific cars is just this, which I am working on right now. I also have 2 Porsche Cup cars that's with the SRT livery that my teammates run in Porsche Cup leagues. Which I just have this twin livery which they run because there's 2 cars. So yeah, let's work on this. 30 left. And where is it? There we go. Is it me? Oh, the line's not there. Just delete it. And wait, have I really not added the line? Hey, I have added the line, but where has it gone? It's there. Okay. Why is it not there? It's just really tiny. Hey, it's there. I am dumb as hell. Let's go back to DS. I'm not really should use the wireframe because I would like it to be positioned where I position the other livery. So the reference is gonna be in this clusterfuck of wireframes here. I'm not gonna get it right, but I'm just gonna try to line it up here. It doesn't matter where I line it up horizontally, it matters where I line it vertically because I can just rotate it 180 degrees by duplicating it and just move back up. Surprisingly, the side panels are aligned. It's the, well, perpendicular side panels parallel side panels are aligned. It's just this side which is a mess, because if you see it's supposed to be straight, it's not straight, and it is suffering. I think that looks good. Let's just see how it looks like in game. And it is getting caught by red, which I'm gonna fix by moving it a couple pixels and aligning it with this, which I don't know if it works because I really don't know where I aligned this. Hey, I aligned it to this panel, this line here. I'm gonna try to do the same. I'm gonna cancel their vendor. Yes, Fish, it is the SRT colors. And I know this may trigger some Germans that I didn't put the German color on, but it's close, you know? Even got like a flag on top. It should look a bit more brighter once you take it out to the sun, but for now it's gonna look like this. And in the meantime, let's just copy this SRT logo here, which also includes, I think, the yellow line. And I love how it's actually smacked on top of it. So I really don't have to move it too much. That's it. I would like to know where I aligned it on top. And it's gonna be this line here, the second line under the door handle. Which I don't really know where it is. Let's just go down and see for ourselves. This seems like a bad idea because the door panel is completely different the way the pixels are rendered. On the other hand, you can line it up here with this panel here, but that should work. That looks sick. That looks beautiful. Now, the next thing we're gonna add is the 10 times better livery, because we always run that in the rear wing. It just fits, and that is not on this livery. I am a Logitech pleb, so I put the Logitech logo on as a Logitech simp. Don't at me. But one thing I would like to know from this livery here is that, okay, I put it at the left panel. Where did I put the... Okay, I put it here. Ten times better white. I don't know where the center is, but I'm just gonna guess it's here. Yeah, it is. Zoom in as much as I can to position it. There we go. I think it looks good. Now I just have to resize it. Shouldn't really be difficult. Let's just see how this looks. There we go. I think we can move this like maybe a pixel or two down. And I deleted the wrong file. I find we can just re-render it, and it should look like pretty good. There we go. That's straight. Alright, now we got the SRT on the side. You got a 10 times better on the top. I may want to try adding another SRT logo on the top, but because it's going to be Germany themed, I am not going to do that. I'm just going to put the German coat of arms on top. But which one? This bigger one, which looks a bit compressed, or the smaller one, which I think this one looks good. Which, what, this doesn't actually, no, you know what, that's the wrong one. I think this is I actually may have accidentally was about to use the wrong German coat of arms. That's it. I would like to read up on that to make sure which is the actual up-to-date coat of arms. Federal coat of arms in these operations. And I think they may have some other versions. God, I think I hope Twitch didn't see that. You don't think we need that? I have been suggested to add it in the chat, so just see how it looks like. I'll just use the up-to-date one, which should be German. But yeah, if you request no, if you say no, I think I'll just delete it and put the SRT logo on top. Now you're in the chat. I could ask you if this works. Maybe I can How about this? How about we add this to the logo? Alright, so I think I'll just add the bird logo on top. And in that case, color, I'm just gonna, a lot of pre-processing I have to do. It'd be nice if the person who sent me this stuff actually post-process their livery, post-process the decals for me. Layer, crop to content, okay. Alright, this fits. Bird on top. And it's gonna be a problem because the bird is in the wrong color. So I'm just gonna take the color and invert it. There you go, problem solved. Feeling sleepy to watch it until it's finished, my guy. Isn't it like, oh, it's midnight. Alright, I forgot that you're in Germany. Alright, have a good night's sleep. Thanks for spending time on delivery which can't be used. What do you mean it can't be used? I mean, you can still run it. Like, if you and Aaron run the Porsche, you can run this livery. And also, I may run it as well because it still looks like an SRT livery. On the surface, at least. Also, I'm gonna skip the song. I don't really hate it. I don't really like the song. There you go. Bird looks like a bird. I don't think we'll use it for a non-German lineup, but even if you use it on your, like, your normal sprint races, like when you and Aaron actually do race on your free time, you could use this livery. I may actually make it custom made for you guys. But yeah, I'm just figuring out what to do with this. I'm gonna try this SRT Esports logo. And I'm gonna delete. God damn it! There we go. If Carrie gets on the stream, you'd see me rant about him not making the logos proper. Hey, what the fuck? Why? Make it slightly smaller, and I'm going to use the wireframe to line up. Good night. Yeah, it's pretty late for you. Right, here's what the livery looks like. Just me hydrating myself. Alright, let's see what we need at. Yeah, a couple liveries, that's for sure. Let's just keep him coming. Or some sponsors, that is, yeah. RFRC. Let's start with Aaron Racer, who's gonna be one of the drivers in this race. Okay, select none, layer, select crop the content, and then layer image. No, actually, no, color. It's gonna be inward. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try filling the bottom row first. So we have to add my logo, we have to add 2 white logos, which are pretty long. We have to add 2 square logos. And yeah, that's about it. 3 square logos, 4 square logos, and 2 long logos. So I think we should be able to occupy the space down here. Let's save one of the logos for the end plate. Let's take a look at what I did in the R4C livery. So we have this, the website, which I think I can add. We also have my logo here. We have this paint splash. We have the Aaron Racer logo here. This Doriamo is getting off. This Please Don't Punch Reno is going to be there. Maybe it may get replaced by Fish's Cat. We also have the MC over here. So let's actually see how it goes. We could probably add like the bird logo on the end plate if you try. So yeah, let's just let's take sponsors. So like all of these sponsors, and then just press delete because not my problem anymore. And let's actually start from left to right with these logos. Let's just start lining out. Let's not worry about how they look right now. You can worry about the alignment after you're done. Ronnie London, that's going to be our next logo. I'm going to delete the black. This doesn't have the alpha layer, so we're going to add it. We're going to also crop it to the content. And then we're also gonna take, well, we're gonna select none, we're gonna take the colors, and then we're gonna invert it. Now we get back the wireframe, and let's just place the logo here. I'm gonna try sizing it like how I sized Aaron's logo. And just that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I actually don't know how far it is. We can worry about that later. How's the space real estate looking? Oh, you have space. Next, we're gonna add. What shall we add? Let's add the CU Gaming logo on. Which is perfectly sized for me. Which is like, this is a PNG file, and it's transparent. It's a beautiful, big logo. It's just been made by actual graphics designers, and not random plebs like me, who made. I mean, you can see the quality on my logo. So yeah, let's just size it down, scale it down. And then just drag it here. I think Ronnie London can take maybe a couple steps to the left. Next, you're gonna add my logo. And here are my logos. I think it's this one. Crop the content, and this is a bit more square logo. And having square logos with the long logos like the SRT, it's honestly super dependent on, makes a big difference on where you're placing it. For the Porsche example, now it actually gets a bit bigger here. I can actually extend my logo a bit. And in the middle, I'm just gonna add the MC logo, which I don't know if it's so active, but I'm just gonna add it. Layer, crop the content. That is the wrong button. You know what, I'm gonna just take a look at how this looks like. It should look pretty disgusting, for starters. Not bad. The Aaron Racer logo is probably a bit too big. Ronnie London looks fine. It could be a bit smaller. I think I can add my logo here and Dan's logo. So what I'm gonna do with Aaron's logo is I think it's hitting the bottom and the top. So I'm just gonna take this. Actually gonna make it smaller at both bottom and the top. And for Ronnie London logo, I think it doesn't hit the top, but it does definitely hit the bottom. I'll take it and make it smaller. Same with the CU Gaming logo, which can be moved up instead of being resized. The MC logo, I think it looks good as it is. Maybe could be made a bit bigger. And I think my logo looks pretty fine. So if we add the SOR, and well, oh god, that's so big. It's just a paint splat. It's still a good looking logo though, so props to Dan for having a logo. It's pretty good, that's good. But it's gonna... My logo, I think I'm gonna just make it smaller. I'll move it. So I can just move Dan's logo here. Now I'm gonna check how it looks like. You know what? I'm actually gonna make my logo a bit bigger. But I just think it looks better. It's like half arse, like he's like half ass. It's not like completely coming out. Also like not really small either. Gonna move it here and let's just probably do this. Means I have to make Dan's logo also bigger. Ah, I forgot to confirm. Dan's logo is already pretty big. Oh, that's OBS. That's the German coat of arms, and that's the car. Like, I think that looks better. If anything, I'm gonna switch positions between Dan's logo and my logo. Because my logo just looks slightly bigger, and it just kind of stands out. I think my logo has a bit of vertical dimensions, which is kind of messing with it. But alright, alignment wise, I think the CU logo and the Ronnie London logo can be moved a lot more. Now let's see how it looks like. think it looks good. Now let's just take this logo and put it on the other side. And before that, let's just actually group it. Left skirt. Just put it in. I'm gonna order it as to their appearance. That's not what I was expecting, but okay. It's just gonna manually rotate all these logos upside down. And when we make the team bigger, we'll actually have more logos to fit, so we can fit them on the side. So, because I'm smart, we're actually planning for the future. My thing is gonna be the reference. So before that, let's actually take a look at where it bottoms out. Bottoms out at this line here, the second line. And before that, let's actually delete this part of the sponsor here. Now let's actually take a look at each individual logo, see where it lands up. So mine lines up right about 1.5. This third one at the start of the third one. That's the reference I'm going to be using, and hopefully it's the same reference there is there. This. Now let's take a look at Dan's logo. Dan's logo is gonna start with this line here. It's gonna be a pretty flat line to work with, and it should be pretty easy to figure out. Or maybe it's just the wrong line. It's just flat line here. And then next is gonna be Matt's logo. Matt, our great legendary strategist, I'd say, has his logo start off right at this line here. There we go. Next is the CE Gaming logo. The CE Gaming logo isn't really starting anywhere, so I'd say it's starting like 1 pixel past the line. One pixel. Next is Ronnie London. It's just at this top here. The top of this. Which top is it? So the second thick line at the bottom. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now let's get back to Aaron's logo. It conveniently starts off there. So let's just put it there. I didn't delete the sponsor. There we go, I think it looks good. So you have to add 3 more things to the logo. One of them is gonna be our mascot, Fish's cat. Look how adorable he is. And Fish is also going to be one of the drivers for this team. I need to figure out where to put his cat. Also, because he just sent a picture of his cat in a background which is similar to the color of the fur of the cat. It took me a while to rip that image, so I'm just gonna, you know, rip that from another livery. I'm gonna rip it off of the AMR because the AMR has the fish and has the cat. There we go. Fish. Now we need the wireframe because I don't know where I'm gonna place the cat. On one hand, the bumper of the Porsche is pretty small, so I'm gonna try not overlapping the number, but I'm gonna try placing him here, see how it goes. Immediately you can see it warping. I don't like the placement of the cat here. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna rotate it a bit. See if it aligns first. The problem is that the compression is a bit weird when stuff around. Oh. You can hear me breathe? Yeah, you can hear me breathe because I have a really heavy breath and I'm actually a mouth breather. So yeah, you can hear me breathe. Hopefully you guys like breathing ASMR. Also, there we go. The cat fits. Maybe I may tilt him back a bit. I'm also gonna get rid of this part here. make it like a portrait. Racing, I have to really think. I have to think about it. Partly because we have an enduro tomorrow, so I think a lot of us shouldn't be able to make it because the enduro starts at my time, 11:30, so it should finish probably about an hour before the Vans race, and then I could take a breather. I think I should be there for the Vans race. Fuck the enduro, man. It's yeah, you know what? Yeah, transit vans at Daytona. They do really seem fun. I think I will make it though. I think the enduro is scheduled to end like like an hour before the practice session starts, so I could probably, well, worst case scenario, it ends an hour later, well, half an hour later. I still have some time to take a break and then practice and then drive the van. I haven't practiced the van. I'm not gonna practice. This is AC. Yeah, I think I will drive the vans tomorrow and not the Porsche, despite being a Porsche driver, because transit vans are better than. Is that Group C? I think the short tail's Group C, right? 962. I wasn't born in the era, so I really don't know. Looking it up. Yeah, 956 is Group C. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, let's take a look at Fish's cat. Let's see how he looks in all his glory. There you go. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, he is beautiful. He's gonna stare into the souls of all the cars behind, calling them pathetic for losing to us plebs. And I may also add Chuck Norris. Which, we have no reason to, other than him being just Chuck Norris. No one messes with Chuck. Oh god. Junior layer. He's smaller than Fish's cat, and that's rightfully so. Nothing's bigger than Fish's cat. And he's going on the other side. And hopefully the compression doesn't kill him like it did in the Aston. Memelery? It's not memelery, it's just you have mascots. Fish's cat is our mascot, and Chuck Norris is he's just there for emotional support. We had a really bad race, and we just we kind of took inspiration from him. And we did have a better race though, so he is helping us mentally and god damn it. Render. Please disappear. Thank you, and he should be there. Ah, there we go. Looks great. I may have to move him a bit, because his gun is getting cut. I think that fits. Meantime, I'm also gonna add probably our final piece of our rear. The Please No Punterino. Which I'm just gonna copy from his YouTube thumbnail because that works. It's hard to type here and talk in pleb. Hey, send all of them here. You know, hopefully they all get a good tutorial on how to make a livery. I may hop into the chat myself after I'm done because I think I'm gonna be done in a bit. Actually, no, I'm not gonna be done. I have some stuff to do. Some more stuff. I cannot spell Punterino. There you go. We select the color, the background, and we delete it. And you're gonna obviously crop the content. And wherever you're gonna place the Please No Punterino is obviously where I place it in literally every livery I make. Add to back instead of the total sign. Or total as they call it. I don't know why it's total. Ready to go. Where did the Please No Punterino go? Oh wait. You're not supposed to be here. Please no Punterino. Let's rotate. Select. None. Just gonna rotate the whole livery. And then I'm just gonna smack it here. I also like to take note that some of my liveries don't have Please No Punterino. They have Please Punterino. And that is definitely an accident. I didn't mean to have that, but that may be the reason why all my Porsche races are. It's either me dying or me getting killed. There we go. It can be moved a bit down. That's it. I do want to check on that after I render this. It is a Please No Punterino. I updated it. Because if you take a look at the RFRC 100 thing, it is Please Punterino. Like some Chinese knockoff. There we go. Hopefully no one crashes into us now. Now let's get back to the rest of the livery. So I'm gonna add the bird to the wing and I'm gonna make it yellow. SRT. Sponsors. Just gonna copy the bird and place it here. Layer, transparency. There we go. Layer, crop the content. And I'm gonna highlight this black. I'm just gonna make it 0. Make this big. So when I color it, it should be colored. Now I'm gonna figure out where to place this, judging by how. No, not that. how the 45 on my personal livery's place. It should be placed on the top. Normally I would try to figure this out or try winging it, but when I have the reference, I would just save time. Mind you, I haven't saved time. It's already taken 2.5 hours for delivery. It should take more if I don't know what I'm doing. And if this isn't like my third Porsche delivery that I'm making. There we go. So let's actually take a look at where it lines up. It lines up perfectly there. So if you were to copy and just rotate it 90 degrees, we can just move it like this such that it actually lines with this thing over here. And there we go. That should be the bird. There we go. That's the bird there. I think you're nearly done with this livery. We have one more thing to add, or two more things. We're gonna add the drivers' names. And I'm gonna add them in my regular style, which I normally add. And this is also something that I can copy from another livery, which already has the names in the exact way I want it. So I'm gonna reveal the reason why I'm not gonna drive the Mercedes anymore. This shitty livery. Well, it's a great livery because I made it, but the race was horrible, horrifying. And yeah, imagine driving a 24-hour enduro with all your driving time, 6 hours of it, in the fucking rain, and every alternating stint your teammate takes, it's in the dries. That is how this race went for me. We also finished several laps down on the leader. I also killed my engine because surprisingly, despite having amazing electronics, the downshift protect doesn't work in the rain. So I just over-revved the engine and killed it. And that sucks because you're trying so hard. We were like a couple laps down because we had to disconnect. And right when I was actually about to attack like the back markers that we caught up with, my engine died and we got sent 2 laps behind. And that's literally how our race went. Every time we get close, we get sent further back. And I guess that's like, I would say it's not more than cursed for me. It was like, despite how hard I tried, I would say it's a bit traumatizing. It leaves a sore spot. It makes you not want to do enduros again, but here I am doing more enduros. Where are the drivers' names? There they are. You know, I think I'm gonna remake it myself because here it's flipped over here. So yeah, I'm just gonna remake it. And hopefully I can find a round flag. That should do the trick. Let's go back here. Wonder what font I use for that. And the names are gonna be here. In right above this panel, right above the side here. And before that, I could probably take some inspiration to see how other Porsche have their name. I think most of them have it on the top of the door panel, like the GPX one here. This one doesn't even have the name, but I guess that's the target floor livery. But yeah, they have it on top. Roa actually has it on the side, so I may take the Roa approach. Yeah, Absolute Racing Hit has it on the top. Dynamic Motorsport has it on the top. Bob Ramber Racing also have it on the top. This doesn't have the name. This also has it on top. This one's super huge, but it doesn't have a lot of stuff on the side, so you can get away with it. This one also has it on the top. This also has it on the top. It's top, 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 top. So Roa's the only bottom here. Yeah, it makes sense. They drive the Beamer. I don't know when Roa actually drove the Porsche here, because they have the M6, they have the M4. When did they drive the Porsche? I think they may have driven the Porsche in ADAC, if I remember. Not ADAC. Yeah, the ADAC. Copy image. Make it like that, and then the text is gonna be in a font. I'm gonna make it white. Actually, I'll make it here so it actually sticks. I'm gonna start with 50 font. Maybe it's a bit too big, so let me start with 25. 25. I'm also not going to take it bold, I'm just going to make it normal. I think I spelled Fish's name correct. I'm going to add R. And the reason for me actually just putting the first names of the drivers instead of the whole names, or the surname, is because my surname is pretty long, and that's an issue. One. Right, you know what, let me just take it by pixel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is gonna be 20 pixels after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that should be enough. This is gonna be Aaron R. Who's gonna be the other driver. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's take a look at how it looks. The positioning can be better because it's like way front in the door panel. So you'll see how it looks. There we go. It looks beautiful. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna move this batch here. A lot. I'm going to move it a bit more, try to get it close to the edge. The reference is going to be fishes. Yeah, that's a shitty reference. I think it doesn't matter. Let's just see how this looks. Move it maybe a whole pixel down, whole half shift down, maybe a bit up. There we go. Let's see how this looks. Not a lot. Let's try this. I think the German flag is also, it's not touching. Much better. And because we're using we're using a gloss texture on the decals instead of the metallic finish that we're using on the beast livery, we can actually see the bit of black that's on the German flag. And now I guess you see why we actually took a German team, despite being an American team. Now I'm gonna just group name left, just because it's on the left. I'm gonna put the German flag under the names. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna rotate this. And the name should go on the left hand side instead of the flags. So let's see how that goes. So let's actually, you know what, let's actually do something else. This should be easier to work with. No, it's all linked, chained, or locked. I don't know what's that actual terminology is called. You know what? I'm actually gonna do something else. I'm gonna make two. One's gonna be like this rotation, and the other is gonna be just this rotated 90 degrees. And both of them are gonna move together. So if you take a look at where this meets, it's probably gonna be this line here, which goes through the first door panel, or actually the second line, vertical line on the door panel. It should be flat to that flush. So let's just move this up and see what we get. There we go. I just forgot which line, horizontal line it is. Oh, okay, you made a mistake. Okay, so yes, the second one. No, it's the second. Now you're gonna try seeing two versions, see which is the better one. This is one of them. There we go, that's one side. It looks pretty good. But I honestly think the other one would look better. In my opinion, at least. There we go. I think this looks better. Honestly, I think that's pretty much the livery. I think it looks pretty amazing. It's pretty complete. What else would I be adding? I think what else I could be what else I could be adjusting. I think I can make the gap between the bird logo and this SRT esports logo a bit wider. Can maybe move the bird a bit upwards and then the logo a bit downwards. Just make it move one step upwards. Actually, I'm gonna zoom out a bit. One step upwards. And just go one step downwards. And let's see how this looks. I think it looks a bit too far. Let's zoom in then. Just gonna go one step up. And one step down. I think this should be it. There we go. I think this looks amazing now. Right, what else could I add to the livery? I don't think so. I didn't think much, actually. I think it looks amazing as it is now. Just how it looks with the lights on. And let's take it out for it on the track and see how it looks. Look at that, that's glorious. This looks amazing. Thank you. Yeah, if any adjustments I have to make, it's probably over here. Like, it's not a straight line, it kind of tapers upwards. But I think it fits. I think it like works with like the overall layer. Maybe I'm just saying that because I just don't want to remake the whole front again after I spent like half an hour lining that up. And definitely I would agree that it looks a lot brighter, like the actual German flag in light, but it's still not the same bright F00 German red that you see. This is still more of a maroon color, but I think the yellow looks close to what the German color looks like. This is more of a German flag made using SRT colors, which works. I think my German teammates are okay with that. This is also another problem, and this is something that I can't really do much about because that's just ACC compression being a bitch to work with. But I try to make it work, so that's that. And let's take a look at the mascot, see how it looks like. Fish's cat looks as cute and adorable as always, and we have Chuck here whose face who needs to be blurred for censorship reasons. It's too strong to have him like huge. If you have a big ass Chuck Norris on your car, that's gonna be the end of it. And we also have the logos here. So yeah, I am leaving room for more logos if I'm gonna fit some logos like on the side. I may have to reduce the size of my veil, my personal logo, so I can fit some. But yeah, if we actually need to add more stuff, we can. And one thing about this livery is that I can just like retrofit it into another SRT livery. And we really don't have an SRT livery in the works right now. That would be another project, because the SRT livery is gonna have like the regular one's gonna have like a two-tone on top of it, or maybe not, because Porsche is special for me at least. Let's take a look at the driver's view. It is German colors inside. Let's try other views. Looks good. One thing that you may want to keep like an eye out for if you're making liveries is this line over here. For some cars, it doesn't really show up. So if you go to an Audi, for example, it could be carbon, and most in-game liveries are carbon, but when you paint over it, you actually give it a color. And I think I did actually paint over it, and because of how the warping is done, let me just go to the decal, how the lines move. Like, this is straight, but if I go to the wireframe, you see it actually curves in a bit because it doesn't really reach the end, so it shows up like that. So what I could do is that, because that's actually bugging me, just do this. I'm gonna do it to the... Actually, I don't have to do it to the other side because it's red. I actually don't know if this is gonna work, so let's just see. Let's leave the car. This one we don't have to go back in game to fix it. I think we can fix it from the car selection menu. There we go. It should actually be, it's better if it's actually straight, so I'm actually going to do that. And that's decal which we're supposed to fix. Let's reload the livery. And hi, welcome to the chat, by the way, Bad Karma, if you're still here and haven't left. That doesn't look right. That's the wrong file. Let's delete this. That looks fine. In fact, oh no, that's the wrong one. I think we can do this. It's a really minor thing, but because this is what you're going to be seeing most of the time, which honestly you should be seeing, you should be looking at the road, but this is going to be a view from in the car. I think that pays extra attention to detail. There we go, now that's straight. You know, I have an idea. I wonder if I should try that. You should. I don't know if it works or not. Maybe I could implement it in other cars. Make it 10. Let's actually, you know what, let's make it bigger and let's actually scale it down like a regular image. And remember when I said that this is something people are gonna see, or the drivers are gonna see? I did mean it. Wonder how it actually look. That looks horrible. Hopefully the compression kind of saves it. Oh wow, it did. I think it can be a bit bigger. And I think it can be a lot more in the middle. So it's actually readable because of it, ACC's compression algorithm. which is a welcome surprise. Let's just try rendering this. Let's actually render with the wireframe and see what it looks like. Ah, yes, that is something I didn't take into account. Now, I'm not gonna reduce the opacity because I'm too lazy. But it needs to. This is like the reference. Which means it's already pretty straight. And I think that's a wrap. I think that looks good. That's like one final touch to add. Yeah, sweet. That's my livery done. I'm just gonna run in the showroom for a bit. And turn up the drum and bass. Yeah, I think that's the livery done. So yeah, thanks for watching my stream. Hope you guys enjoyed me making a livery, and hopefully you guys learned something making a livery in ACC. It is a really relaxing and fun thing to do, and when I'm not streaming, I just put on a podcast and just listen to the podcast while working. And yeah, it took the stream's been going for 3 hours and 10 minutes, and with all the breaks and the start time, I'd say it took me around 3 hours to make delivery, which is I think what I said it'd take me when my team asked me how long it'd take me to do this delivery. So I think I stuck to the schedule. But yeah, thanks for watching the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed me making liveries, and I will be back tomorrow for an enduro, which we'll be doing. Me and Ilpo, a buddy, would be doing the DRLNA 6 hours of Suzuka. That is a mouthful. I don't know the actual name. And this is gonna be the livery that we shall be hopefully running. I haven't really made a livery. I just combined our main primary colors to make this abomination. It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty bright, and hopefully drivers should be able to see it in the night and not run into us. But yeah, thanks for watching the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Arjun, and see ya.